We are already underway with Wyatt Ingham. And this is going to be a tough task for him, Sean, to get it going against number 19, Hayden Walters.
Yeah, starting at 197, you mean, Vince, but yeah, no, a little bit of action early there from Wyatt Ingham. Quick shot.
And Wisconsin coming off a rough showing against Indiana, lost 9-30. But Ingham, he provided the big highlight. Upset number 18 ranked Gabe Sollers in sudden victory. He got a takedown with 1 second left to force overtime. And there were multiple spots with blood time, but he's in a precarious situation right now against Walters.
Yeah, he's just hanging onto that whizzer there. Lets it go. Now he's standing on his feet. Walters looking to bring Ingham towards the center of the mat there. Keeping that high single.
Walters, the redshirt freshman from Central Point, Oregon, 7-6 on the year, taking his time, the 4-time state champion in high school. And we tried to kick Ingham down, but again, staying patient, and here he goes.
Ooh, Ingham almost created some action there. Doing a good job squaring away, getting his foot down. He's got himself a fresh start in the center.
Wyatt Ingham, redshirt freshman from Amory, Wisconsin, 12-5 on the year.
Little early whistle there by the ref.
And Walters has been terrific this season, but coming off an upset loss to Harvey Lundington, lost 6-4. Michigan almost got their first win at Carver Hawkeye, instead lost. 17-19 came down to the very last round. A heartbreaker for the Wolverines, but again, this program just keeps getting these great recruiting classes, Sean.
Oh, absolutely. Now Ingham deep on a low single, looking to finish, come out the back door here.
He's close, and he's got it. Wisconsin needed 9 rounds to get their first takedown against Indiana, and they get it in the first period of the first round here. Wyatt Ingham with the lead.
Yeah, a little quick roll there from Walters, but shut down by Ingham. Ingham doing a good job covering those hips.
And Sean, ironically, that was Ingham who got the first takedown for the Badgers. He was the penultimate round last time out, and now he's under the gun, and he is making his presence felt with the big-time mat return.
Absolutely. Now he looks to, he's got that wrist. Looking for a coffee grinder. Walters rolls it out. Ingham doing a good job applying a lot of pressure on top. Looking to ride out for this last 10 seconds of the first period.
Walters close to back on his feet.
Working from a quad pod. And one more mat return for Ingham to close out the period.
He completes the ride out, up over a minute of ride time. What a first period for Wyatt Ingham. And Sean, we had the chance to visit Wisconsin's practice the other day. We talked with the head trainer, Gary Johnson, told us that, you know, Ingham, as we mentioned before, multiple moments of blood time in that round against Sollers, and he said that as soon as they took the nose plug out, it was just like Angel Falls. They completely stitched him up, and he persevered and got himself a big win. You got to think he's got extra surge of confidence here on senior day.
Absolutely, yeah. Just a testament to how truly gritty and physical this sport is, and if you can pull out wins like that, you're surely in a good spot coming up. And he's proven it so far against a ranked opponent.
Already at 90 seconds of ride time for Wyatt Ingham.
Looking for the claw. Walters looking for a switch now. Ingham with a little bit of a hip toss. Squares up. Gives up the escape. Yeah, good mat wrestling there by Wyatt Ingham. You know, put himself in a dangerous spot. Almost gave up the 2-point reversal, but decided to cut his losses, give up the 1 point, and now he's back on his feet.
Walters was redshirted his freshman season, the 23-24 season, due to injury, then redshirted the previous season as well, but now back on the mat, and he has really Had a strong season, participated in plenty of duels for this Wolverine squad that is on the rise. He finds himself in a big spot now.
Walters looking for that underhook. Looking for two. Looking to jack up Ingham. Now he switches off to the head. Now Ingham's got his own wrist. Quick shot. Walters with the re-attack. Walters once again has that underhook. Ingham doing a good job staying underneath, holding onto that tricep there.
What's Walters' goals to close out the period here, Sean?
He's got to make some action quick or conserve energy heading into the third. Snap down by Ingham there. Looks like both wrestlers are content to head into the third period.
Wyatt Ingham, a 3-1 lead, close to 2 minutes of ride time. And if Wisconsin is going to try and pull off what would be a big-time upset to get them to 4-4 in the conference season, it would start right here with Wyatt Ingham.
Caution on Michigan there. Looked like he tried to jump the whistle. Good effort, but unsuccessful. Walters now looking for the half. Ingham up to his quad pod. Ingham still fighting that half. Walters will switch to a body lock. Lock his hands there. Ingham staying on his quad. Fighting hands. Now he's in on his own shot. Still, no escape has been awarded. Now he's back on his feet. Walters works him out of bounds. Chewing up a solid 26 seconds of clock there. Chipping away at Ingham's riding time.
Ingham entered their third at 1 minute 40 ride time, now down to just 1:14.
Now Walters looking for the claw ride. He's got the claw, he's got the thigh pry. Now he's going to chop out Ingham's ankle. Ingham doing a good job of just staying in there.
And Sean, ride time officially under a minute. Great job by Walters. But he still needs this takedown.
That's going to be an escape for Wyatt Ingham. Walters looking for a takedown to tie the match here. Both wrestlers exchanging re-attacks. It's going to be Walters with the leg. Ingham was in this position earlier today.
Ingham pulled off a miraculous recovery in the first period in this exact same spot as you talked about, Sean. Now we just got to hold on for 40 more seconds.
Walters looking to pass that by. Ingham's got his leg in a good spot there. Yeah, and right at the edge of the mat there, Walters reaching for that second leg. Ingham doing a good job of just staying stingy. Doing a little bit of the splits there. That's going to save him a lot of time.
So here we go, 34 seconds left in period number 3. Wyatt Ingham hoping to pull off the upset, his second straight.
Walters looking to empty the gas tank here. Looking for a slide by. Now in on an outside single. Ingham closes that angle off. Walters has 10 seconds here to make something happen.
Does the Wolverine have a moment in him? Oh, Ingham the aggressor. He gets the extra takedown at the end and seals it. Wyatt Ingham, another big-time upset.
Wyatt Ingham getting the Badgers rolling here early in the field house. Finishing off that double, transitioning, covering the hips, and that takedown's going to seal it.
Ingham moves to 13-5 on the year. Walters falls to 7-7 season when he pinned Caleb Marzolio. Godali in his 6th year in college wrestling, All-American at Campbell, their 2nd All-American ever. Grad transfer, mastering in social work. He had his 8th ranked victory at Carver Hawkeye, major decision versus number 8 Ben Keeter. He won 10-2. Got a near fall in the final second. If he had one more beat, Sean, he would have pinned Keeter.
Yeah, I did see that match. It was looking real over for Keeter there. Saved by the bell, but just Godali proving his dominance early and often. Now he's got a wrist of Braxton Amos.
That major decision that Gadali collected put Michigan up 17-11 with 2 rounds left. But the Hawkeyes came up big right at the end.
Amos had Gadali guessing there with a little bit of a fake. Both wrestlers still hand fighting, exchanging a couple fakes, a couple collar ties.
And Amos was 197 a few years ago, and here he goes. Great response by Gadali.
Looking for a shot there.
Yep.
Gadali does a good job keeping it upper body, but now Amos has 2 underhooks.
Coaching staff estimates he wrestles at about 269. Considered a title threat, no doubt. Competed for Team USA at the national level.
Yeah, as you said, Vince, Amos has that home run ability. Not any match is just out of the woodwork for him. Feels like he could just take anybody all 3 periods.
And head coach Chris Bono said before the season, after Wisconsin had just 1 conference win last year, he said that this team will be better. He put some pressure on himself. And you got to say a big reason why he felt confident saying that was because he knew he had Braxton Amos back.
Oh, absolutely. A leader of this squad, but just showing up every day, putting in the work, and it shows on this mat here.
Also must mention Gannon Rosenfeld. He's behind Amos, but he's a senior, got recognized early on, and here comes Braxton Amos.
Yeah, he's got that single.
He's got 30 seconds to work.
Gadali doing a good job, looking to fight those hands. Got a little bit of a loose whizzer, just credit to Amos's shot there. Amos wants to pull him back in. Gadali wants to work his way out. He's got 15 seconds.
Amos is gonna chop him down. He's gotta do it soon. There he goes.
Gadali staying on his feet.
Wow, what a job by Tay Gadali.
Now Braxton Amos comfortable walking him out of bounds. Both wrestlers will head into the second period.
Scoreless as we enter period 2. Amos defers. And Gadali starts down. What do you think the strategy is there, Sean?
Quick escape, got an early lead in this match.
Gadali played 3 sports in high school. Baseball, football. You want to guess the third, Sean?
You said baseball and football.
Yeah.
Was it lacrosse?
No, it was wrestling.
Oh, of course.
Got him.
Gadali with the quick escape there. About 10 seconds into that second period there. Both wrestlers back on their feet once again.
Yeah, you're right, Sean. That was fast. Amos only 10 seconds of ride time. Gadali leads 1-0 now.
Amos doing a good job posting there. Now looking for a high crotch. With that shot, that will give Braxton Amos a little bit more things to work with as the ref calls a stall call against Gadali. Could prove crucial further down in this match.
We've seen that when Amos knows that he's taking on an undermatched opponent, we know he's uber aggressive, but you can tell, Sean, it seems like he's being extra careful here against one of the nation's best.
Yeah, very calculated. Looking to set up his shots, his attacks, and just not rushing anything. He's being very controlled right now. Amos most notably staying on the attack here. Gadali posts on the head there, little level change.
Will someone pull the trigger? 20 seconds left in period 2. Gadali earned a quick escape in this period.
Sweep single fake by Braxton Amos.
And Sean, we officially have a thriller on our hands. 1-0 as we head to period 3. And no surprise, Amos will start down.
Looking to hopefully keep as much of his riding time as possible, but 10 seconds, that's not a whole lot to work with.
Braxton Amos 14-5. Tay Gadali 18-2.
Working the edge of the mat there. Amos doing a good job wrestling on the edge there. That's going to get him his first point of the match.
Gadali did get 4 seconds of ride time, but yeah, after Gadali had that quick escape in the second, Sean, you got to think Amos is content with where he's at right now.
Absolutely. Those 4 seconds of riding time could be the factor that wins this match if it goes through all sudden victory periods. Still a lot of time, though.
When we talked to this Badger coaching staff, they said that they viewed just about every single one of these rounds as nail biters. And they're going to need rounds like this to take down the Wolverines on senior day.
Couple quick reattacks there from both wrestlers. Braxton Amos looking for a double. Start to think if he stays on the attack, he could get another stalling call against Gadali, get another point, and be winning in this match.
Under 1 minute left in period 3. We will head back to center.
Smart wrestling there by Gadali.
He goes last.
Yep, call is upheld.
Yep.
Now the head table will hold on to the Badgers challenge brick for the remainder of the duel.
So Coach Bono was challenging the stall call, and it will be unsuccessful. So no challenges for the Badgers the rest of the way. And no margin for error for two of the nation's best.
Both wrestlers have one stall call against them. A little bit more action now from Gadali.
Both men have had chances to get the takedown.
Gadali with a quick shot. Amos almost with a reattack. Gadali with his own reattack.
Amos almost got it. Nothing there.
What a flurry of attacks by both wrestlers. And that will close out the third period.
Extra wrestling in round 2. This top 10 matchup has lived up to the billing. And here's another look at that sequence. It looked like both guys had a chance there.
First a shot by Gadali, then a shot by Amos, then another reattack from Gadali and another reattack from Amos. And here we are in overtime.
A takedown would win it for either wrestler.
Amos and Gadali just continuing to beat on the head there. Couple collar ties.
Michigan familiar with these kind of spots. 3 of their rounds went to sudden victory against Iowa. The Wolverines took 4 of the first 5 against the Hawkeyes.
Gadali doing a good job pushing Amos to the mat there. Amos could have given up another stall call.
Yeah, that was close, Sean. I was going to ask you about that.
Could have been dangerous, but the refs appearing to play it a little bit safer in this home crowd.
Do you think they're less inclined to call it when you're in sudden victory?
I would think so. The whole point of sudden victory, winning on a takedown, right? So I see where the refs are coming from.
1 minute left in sudden victory.
Dolly with another shot there. Pleading with the ref for a stall call. That's 2 times in a row. Amos looking a little bit tired.
Yeah, you can tell his gas tank just not quite in the same spot as Gadali. This Michigan coaching staff is clamoring right now.
Gadali once again working Amos to the edge of the mat there. And that'll be another stall call.
So there you have it. Gadali will take the lead. And that will do it.
Yep, that last point ends the match right there. First points wins, but referees gave Amos all the chances in the world. But that's going to call the match.
You're absolutely right, Sean. And for Amos, it seemed like you could tell he was out of gas there. Back in a bit. In Madison, Wisconsin, we just saw Braxton Amos, the heavyweight for the Badgers, get his first home loss of the season against Tay Gadali, who moved to 19-2 on the year. And now we've got another good one on our hands here, Sean. Number 18, Nicola Rivera, against number 27, Diego Sotelo.
Absolutely. Two very good wrestlers here. Sotelo performing at the national tournament in 2023-2024 with an upset coming in 2024 against Jory Volk at the time of Wyoming. Has since transferred to Minnesota. Rivera looking for a little bit of action there early. Now Sotelo with the first takedown of the match.
Great response by the grad student, enters 10-8 on the year. Graduated from Harvard last season. Holds degrees in human development and regenerative biology. We talked about how the Wolverines had 3 rounds go to sudden victory against Iowa. He was one of those 3, lost in sudden victory to Dean Peterson in a thriller.
Absolutely. Yeah, Dean Peterson having himself a year, currently ranked number 6 in the nation at 125. And an admirable loss for Sotelo there.
And for Rivera, comes in at 14-4 from Stoughton, Wisconsin, 20 miles southeast from here. But he's coming off an upset loss to Jacob Moran, lost 4-2, gave up a takedown with under a minute left in the third. A man who has his sights set on being an All-American. It seems like he's still trying to find that extra gear, the one he had earlier on in this season, Sean.
Absolutely, yeah. Rivera started the season on an absolute tear. Winning a lot of matches at home, winning a lot of matches in tournaments, and so far he looks like he's slowed down, you know, losing a couple close matches that he thinks he should have won, but looking for redemption here against 27th ranked Diego Sotelo.
Almost got the escape. It's another big mat return by Sotelo. And Rivera might have something here, and he's got it. The reversal.
Sotelo looking for a little bit of back points there, but Nicola quick to capitalize on an opportunity.
Nicola Rivera, 3-time undefeated Wisconsin state champion in high school. Named Sports Person of the Year by Madison Sports his senior year, and that's across all sports.
Now Rivera in on a single leg. Looking for a little bit of an unconventional finish. Trying to hook that far leg with his ankle.
He's an unconventional wrestler, but he has reaped the rewards, and he's got the takedown.
Rivera claiming his first lead of the match here. Rivera now looking for an armbar. He's got that wrist locked up tight. Now looking to dig out. Potentially a roll through tilt.
There he goes, Sean. He's got 6 seconds to work.
Rivera looks content to close out the period with that. Another 2 back points for Nicola Rivera. And that'll be 7-4 headed into the second period.
Sean, what a response. You know that Rivera has been a little off lately. He gets taken down earlier on, but it seems like that he unlocks something at the end. And those 2 back points at the end, like you said, that might come in handy. And around that might come down to the wire like the first 2 have.
Absolutely. A lot of these bouts are going to be up in the air. Very close matches, and whichever team gets the most of them, it's going to win the duel.
You ran the numbers on that?
I did, yes. I'm something of a logistist myself.
Rivera, big fan of Jordan Burroughs.
Rivera on his feet there, now in a short sit, fighting hands. Sotelo looking for a little bit of a suck back there, is not going to get it.
He's up over a minute of ride time, Sean.
Yeah, Rivera not in a good spot here. Sotelo grinding away at that riding time. Sotelo working underneath there. Rivera now entering a quad pod, back down to his knees. Looking for a little bit of a hip roll, back to his belly. Sotelo doing a great job riding on top here. Sotelo now with the hammer lock. He's got a hammer lock and a chin, looking for a tilt.
It seems like Rivera in survival mode. Still 35 seconds left in the period.
Rivera looking for a little bit of a funk roll there. It's going to create an angle for him, but Sotelo will stay behind. Rivera had that arm briefly.
Started down in this period. And Sotelo trying to complete what would be an impressive ride out. Up over 2 minutes of ride time. Rivera wanting that escape point.
Now looking for a Peterson roll, not going to get there. He's got short time. Sotelo will throw in the legs, close out the period.
Wow.
That's a full ride out for the second period. That's got to be draining on Nikolai Rivera.
And we know wrestling is a sport where you're trying to break your opponents physically and mentally, as Gary Johnson told us, the trainer for the Badgers. You got to think for Rivera when he's in a spot where he's fighting like mad to try and get that escape point.
Sotelo doing a good job clearing right there.
And Sotelo out immediately.
Sotelo in a good spot here. It's going to be 5-7. Takedown could win it for him, but
Rivera might have something. Great scramble by Sotelo.
Sotelo doing a good job. He's got Rivera's arm trapped to his body. And Rivera content to get a fresh start. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the third period.
And Sotelo very close to locking up ride time. But Sean, he still needs a takedown. He got one in the first period. And there you have it, ride time secured.
He's got the ride time. Now he's looking for a front head. Rivera looking for a fireman's. Now Sotelo looking to just turn that corner.
Rivera holding on to for dear life. And somehow he survives.
Yep, Sotelo switches off to a low ankle. He's going to look to finish. Rivera very comfortable in this spot, looking for a scramble. Sotelo doing a good job. It's looking like he's going to lock up this takedown.
He wants it. He's close. Rivera holding on for dear life to that right leg, and Sotelo frees himself. But somehow Rivera emerges unscathed.
It looked like Rivera was dead to rights, but at the last possible moment, he squares up.
Unbelievable. 30 seconds left, period 3.
And now Rivera on the attack. He's got that low single. 20 seconds left.
No stalls either side. Wow.
Great scrambling by Nikolai Rivera, keeping himself alive in this match, but if Sotelo wants a chance to win, he's got to score, and he's got to score now.
Sotelo, the grad student, has 10 seconds to get a big-time takedown.
Rivera just going to stay right there.
Nikolai Rivera weathers the storm and wins it.
Nikolai Rivera doing what he does best, scrambling and shooting. That last 30 seconds to a minute there, he was in a dangerous spot, but him creating his own offense gave himself the opportunity to not rely so much on his defense as much as forcing Sotelo.
Tiebreaker. The only problem for him was that he had to take on Drake Ayala on senior day, and Ayala won by tech fall 21-4, won the meet for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, Drake Ayala, just such a good wrestler. Two-time national runner-up for Iowa. And obviously gets the tech fall there, ices the duel for Iowa.
If you get one of the stories of the season last year, entered nationals as a 14 seed, emerged an All-American. And he has been great this season. That said, been a little up and down as of late. Lost 4-1 to unranked Jackson Blum. That was the big upset that kicked off what was an incredible showing by the Hoosiers.
Now Fugit looking for a go behind now. Transition to a low ankle. Wrestling on the edge of the mat here is Fugit. Botero looking to survive. He's got that whizzer. Fugit brings that ankle up. Little low trip, and that's going to be a takedown. Fugit now transitioning to a claw ride. Botero in a little bit of a wide sit position. Fugit with the tight waist. Now he's got a wrist. Fugit looking to switch wrists. Botero up to his feet now. Wants to stay in bounds. Fugit looks to bring him down. In bounds. And now both wrestlers go out of bounds. Fugit doing a good job chewing up a little bit of clock there. You know, just keeping his foot in bounds. And there's the takedown. Elevated single, trip the low ankle. Bread and butter there for Sam Fugit.
What a spot for Botero, the true freshman from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. When you're wrestling in the Big Ten, it's going to be this kind of stuff. Every single duel. And Fugit getting close to a minute of ride time.
Botero looking comfortable in that quad pod. Coming up to his feet now. Now return for Zan Fugit. Stopping a potential Granby roll for Botero.
And Fugit up over a minute.
Fugit doing a good job of putting his knee in front of Botero's leg there. As soon as Botero stands up to his feet now, looking to fight hands. Fugit doing a good job shadowing Botero. Now he's going to mat return him. Now Botero's got a whizzer. Could have given up the escape there. Fugit doing a good job wrestling out of bounds.
Sean, we saw Diego Sotelo ride out Nicola Rivera the entirety of the second period. You think that's the game plan here for Fugit?
I think so, at least for this last 15 seconds. You know, you've only got 10 seconds now to finish out the period. Can't give up any of these easy points now.
Botero trying to break free at the last second, but Fugit holds on and completes the ride out. Zan Fugit has experience, grew up in a jiu-jitsu and MMA background. Also did some boxing. Assistant coach Eric Barnett, one of those terrific Big Ten Network spotlights. He said this coaching staff was wondering, is this dude even coming to college? He was so invested in that side of things, but we had the chance to talk with him during the practice, and he said that background in boxing, jiu-jitsu, he said it's what has let him turn the corner as a wrestler.
Absolutely. Boxing, a lot of emphasis placed on your footwork there. Very applicable in this sport. You know, a lot of hip action as well, but, you know, matches, especially in the Big Ten here, are won on your feet.
Number 6 overall recruit at his weight class out of Nixa, Missouri.
Fugit now looking to defend a shot. Botero in on a single. He's got his head in the middle. Both wrestlers looking for a fresh start.
And Sean, you knew I was going to talk about this on the air. It was so great talking with Zan, but you didn't have too many words to say. It seemed like you were starstruck talking to the All-American.
You know, you like to say that I was starstruck, but you put me on the spot, Vince. I don't have a lot of questions at the top of my head, but Zan Fugit with another quick takedown, and his coach's corner advising him to cut Botero.
No doubt has eyes on a tech fall, close to 2 minutes of ride time, his second takedown of the match.
Now Fugit underneath Botero. He's got that underhook. Both wrestlers on their knees. Little stalemate call there. Yeah, and there's that takedown. Just chasing that far ankle, turn the corner. Caught Botero in a bad spot. That's going to be a 3 every time. 40 seconds left in the second period.
Botero's a sophomore at Faith Christian Academy. Captured a state championship as a sophomore at 121.
Fugit looking for that quick shot. Now he's in his own front headlock position. Just looking to create some movement here, create an angle, possibly a shuck by. Botero now on his feet, looking to fight away some of those hands. Fugit pushes away. Short time in the second. Both wrestlers looking to close out this period on their feet.
And there you have it. Fugit up 6, plenty of ride time to his name as we head to period 3.
And Gage Botero will choose bottom.
You think Fugit will cut here?
Yep. Fugit looking for the optional start. The diamond on the back. That's going to be a quick escape for Botero.
So a good call to start down, basically a free point for Botero. 7-2 the score.
Fugate looking to create some action. Little slide by to a shot. Botero looking for the splits, now looking for the roll through. Looking for another roll through. Botero looking for that ankle pass by. Fugate doing a good job dropping his hips, not giving up anything easy.
Fugate needs another takedown for a major decision. He's got 80 seconds to work.
Fugate limp arms out of there, comes up behind, and that's going to be a takedown for Zan Fugate.
The lead is up to 8 for the All-American.
Another quick cut from Fugate. It's got a minute left here in the period. Reshot there by Fugate, looking to finish.
Got it again, right as ride time is secured. And now Fugate has eyes on a tech fall. It's 13-4. Fugate need a pair to get it done, but you can tell he's just uber aggressive, especially after that upset loss, Sean.
Absolutely, he's got something to prove in this match. Once again, looking for another cut and score. Botero got a deep whizzer there. Fugate looking to just step over on the right side.
He's got to unhook that right arm. Good job by Botero, no doubt understanding the situation.
Yeah, Fugate was looking for a limp arm, potentially throwing in that far leg to get a takedown, but Botero, stingy defense on the edge of the mat there. It's gonna save him some team points.
Bonus points will be at a premium. Wisconsin has taken 2 of 3. Fugate close to making it 3 of 4. Wanting another takedown, it's there. He's gonna quickly cut. 5 seconds to work.
He's looking for a dump now.
Oh, but time will run out and it will stay a major decision. Zan Fugate with ride time, 17-5.
Yeah, good wrestling there. He's looking for the tech, couldn't quite get it, ran out of time, but smart wrestling by Zan Fugate. That's going to give him an extra team point. Should be crucial in this close match.
12. Was 10-6 last season. Ragusin, his 6th year, was injured in December last year, given a red shirt. And Ragusin went first against Iowa. Set the tone, won 11-2 over Cale Peterson, and got the takedown for bonus points with just over 10 seconds left. And now he finds himself in the opposite situation, trying to cut into this deficit.
Absolutely. So far, just a little bit of hand fighting going on. Nothing crazy. Don't want to rush anything for Ragusin. Wants that comeback. Doesn't want to give up anything. Now Exford has his own 2-on-1. Looking for a shot. Over-unders now. Both wrestlers just exchanging collar ties. Ragusin looking for an ankle there. Now looking for a slide by. Exford circles out of that. And now Ragusin is on the legs, looking for a dump, and he gets it. Good execution there by Dylan Ragusin.
Ragusin, 2-time state champion in high school at Elk Grove, Illinois. And you got to think, Sean, he might have bonus points on his mind here.
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, he's looking to dig his team out of that hole.
If you're just joining us, Wyatt Ingham started us off at 197, got the upset over Hayden Walters. Tay Gadali won in sudden victory against 9th-ranked Braxton Amos due to stalling. And then Rivera and Fugate did the job for the Badgers. Fugate a major decision, and that makes it a 10-3 game.
Exford now not in a good spot. Ragusin doing a good job on top. Just accumulating that riding time. And now he's going to cut Exford. Ragusin looking for one more. Ragusin staying on the attack here. Ragusin now with the overtie. Exford looking for a shot. Ragusin deep on a reshot. He's got that ankle. And he's going to close off for a takedown.
Nice.
For a second there, it looked like Exford was going to be able to scramble and crawl his way out of that, but Ragusin too quick to close on that takedown.
Sean, does this change your strategy if you're Carson Exford in a spot where you know that Ragusin's going for bonus points?
I think going for bonus points, especially when we're only at match 5 out of the dual meet so far, I think Exford's looking to just stay alive here. You know, a match isn't over till it's over, so a lot of points to be scored, 2 full periods left to be wrestled. A lot of chance to come back, make his own offense happen.
Exford from Meridian, Idaho. He was a 4-time state champion in high school. 2-time Reno Tournament of Champions All-American.
Exford now looking for the escape, doesn't quite get it. Ragusin headed into the second period up 6-1 with over a minute of riding time. And there's that single leg, looking like an outside fireman's, excuse me. Doing a good job of just keeping that tricep, pulling that down to the mat, dumping it over, and getting the takedown.
So here we go, Ragusin leading by 5, also over a minute of ride time as well.
Ragusin now deep on a low single. He's going to switch off to both legs. He's going to get the takedown.
Ragusin just a takedown machine.
It's going to be up 9-2 now.
No, we saw him cut throughout the first. Ooh, and Exford might have something here.
Ragusin looking a little dangerous there. Exford wanting to hold him accountable, but Exford now up to his feet. He'll get the escape. Ragusin with a low underhook there. Exford prying that out. Couple fakes for Exford. Now switching off to a collar tie. Ragusin with a little reset. Now Ragusin will return to that overtie. Overtie to an outside single, transitions to a double, and he'll get the takedown.
He wants more, Sean.
He's looking for the sailor ride, looking for back.
He's close. 30 seconds to work in the period.
Yeah, do you see how he caught that? Caught the ankle there. Now he's got a Turk. He's gonna get it 4 swipes. He's just gonna hold Exford there. Gonna close out the period in this position, most likely. Ref will award the points. That'll bring it to 16-3 for Dylan Ragusin.
And there you have it.
He'll get the decision in the third period. Obviously choosing neutral following his flurry of takedowns.
And a takedown away from securing the check fall. Leads by 13, has 2 minutes to work. And this would be a big-time response for the Wolverines.
Exford doing a good job looking for his own reattacks. In this period alone, shutting down Ragusin's reattacks, but now Ragusin looking in a good spot here. He's underneath Exford, potentially looking for another dump. And Exford standing back up.
Ride time secured for Ragusin. That's not really the focus. Still in need of a takedown.
Exford looking for that go behind on that reattack. Now Ragusin on the single. Exford looking to hold him there.
Got
and
it.
Exford will bail.
Dylan Ragusin, a terrific response. Tech fall victory over Carson Exford as Ragusin, the grad student, moves to 8-4 on the season and makes this a 10-8 meet. 5 down, 5 to go. Back in a bit from Madtown. For the Badgers, number 14th ranked Joe Zargo, the redshirt senior, honored before the meet as part of Senior Day. Jersey kid comes in at 14-3 on the year from South River, New Jersey to be exact. And this is a big one, Sean.
Absolutely. As much as we like to hype up that heavyweight matchup, this 149-pound bout should be no less entertaining.
Number 15th ranked Lachlan McNeil, the three-time All-American. His father repped Great Britain at the 1992 Barcelona Olympics. Number 1 recruit at his weight class coming out of high school in 2020. And he had a terrific career at North Carolina, finished 82-25. And here he is in the Big Ten and making his presence felt, 12-4 on the season.
Yeah, he's got a tough one today. Joe Zargo of the hometown Badgers. A lot of his wins have come from bonus points, so let's see if he can make some magic happen today on senior day.
Zargo 6 tech fall victories. That said, he could not get a takedown versus unranked Joey Butler last time out. Lost 1-4 in sudden victory. He seems like a guy who, when he gets going at the start, Sean, he can really just take over. But when he's going in and coming up empty, he can burn through energy quicker than ChatGPT.
I like that analogy, Vince. I really do. And it's very fitting, you know. Zargo's known for those exciting finishes, like you said, with the tech falls, but if he's running through his energy, he's not going to be able to keep it in that third period when his gas tank is exceptionally, you know, comparable to no other in wrestling. But as you said, that loss where he couldn't even score a takedown on the board, he's looking to rebound from that today against a ranked opponent. No easy task for Zargo. Almost to a shot there.
And McNeil faced 3 big mat returns in the second period versus Ryder Block. Speaking of gas tanks, he gave up a big takedown the third to cut it to 2. Carver Hawkeye Arena going wild, but McNeil quieted the crowd. Another late takedown, 8-3 over Block.
Yeah, Block doing a good job this year, also ranked number 13. So Lachlan McNeil, no shockers against ranked opponents.
For 2 very aggressive guys. Not much so far in period 1, under 20 left. You wonder if this might be similar to that heavyweight round we saw where both Braxton Amos and Tay Gadali being extra careful, making sure all the fundamentals are there.
Yeah, no easy takedowns, especially as we get close to tournament season. And
you saw that too,
yeah,
Sean.
could be getting a little chippy in the field house here.
Zargo had an especially a chippy one against Gavin Brown from Purdue. Zargo, a big-time comeback, won at 10-8, and he let Gavin Brown know about it a little bit at the end. There was talking throughout that one. And for Zargo, the Jersey boy, a guy who we said leads by example, this is his moment.
No doubt about that, Vince. McNeil here getting the first points on the board. Now Zargo in on a shot. Caught McNeil flat-footed, but nothing to come of it. Now he's looking for another. Little head clear from Lachlan McNeil. McNeil doing a good job staying on attack on Zargo's head there. About a minute down in this second period. So far, the only action has been an early escape from Lachlan McNeil. Zargo looking for a shot there. And that's going to be the first stall call of the match, going against Lachlan McNeil. And now Zargo in on the legs. McNeil looking to sit that back door. Looking for a roll through. Now McNeil looking to score.
He's close.
McNeil's got his hips up high, but Zargo still holding on to that leg.
And Zargo just got to hold on for 5 more seconds. And it seems like both parties are content to take this to the second. So McNeil came very close to getting that takedown. Instead, 1-0 as we head to the third.
And to the surprise of nobody, Zargo will go down. Looking to tie up this match potentially with an escape. It's a caution on McNeil there.
Zargo went to Bergen Catholic High School. It'd be remiss to add that that is very close to where our camera person, Grace Canizzo, also went to high school. Just brings that Jersey mentality with him. And an immediate escape ties it up.
McNeil now looking for a shot after that snap down. Zargo looking like he was reaching just for that knee there. Looking for a potential knee pick.
What do you see from Zargo's energy here, Sean? Seems like he's still got a lot of juice left.
Still has a lot of gas in the tank. He's not wasting anything on flurries of attacks like a couple of these other matches. Gas is still full, still calculated by both wrestlers.
And ride time, not a factor in any way, under 1 minute left.
And the home crowd's getting into it now. There's brutal hand fighting here by both guys. Now McNeil looking for a low ankle. Zargo now kicking off. He's looking for that pass by. McNeil, the first one to get his hips up. Now McNeil looking for that far ankle. McNeil scooting away there. Zargo still got his far ankle.
Both men with a chance, under 20.
Whoever has the high hips in this position is going to win. Zargo kicks over.
Zargo wants, he's got 10 seconds to work.
He's in position to score. He just needs to hook that far leg.
Nothing there, nothing there. And he
he'll-
got it, right at the horn. Joe Zargo, what a moment.
And the challenge brick coming from the Michigan corner.
Obviously a wise decision to challenge. That's about as close as it gets.
As Zargo talks with his coaches in the corner.
Sean, what do you think? It was absolutely warranting of a challenge, especially with how close this meet is right now.
This could be the decision that decides the meet. You see Zargo hooks that far leg there.
You could see Bono in the background. Took off like a gazelle as soon as he saw that takedown.
I think there's not enough evidence to overturn.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe one of those where if it was not called a takedown, a challenge, probably not an overturn there either.
Yeah, whatever's on the call on the mat will likely stand. There's just...
And he was down in the third period, but he got that late takedown. As you said, upset the number 14th wrestler at his weight class. His father, Jeff, wrestled for the Wolverines from 1994 to 1998, where he was a 3-time All-American. And Luke Meckler, last time out, it's been a great season for him, but had a really poor match, pinned less than 2 minutes into the match by Bryce Lowry from Indiana.
Yeah, he's had a week to reflect, a week to get back in that practice room, and he's looking to go out with a bang on senior day. Right now, Meckler in the splits. As Catrabone will quickly get to a takedown.
Catrabone leads this team with 5 pins last year in his redshirt season, Sean. And this guy has entered the starting lineup consistently and has really just done a terrific job. From Buffalo, New York, 14-5 on the year. 2-time high school state champion, 145 as a senior, 152 as a senior. First state champion in the history of Williamsville North High School.
Yeah, one of those young cornerstone pieces that Michigan can build off of for the next couple of years.
Like we've mentioned before, Michigan took the first 4 of 5 against the Hawkeyes, but were not able to win the meet. They now find themselves in the opposite situation. Wisconsin's taken 4 of 6, but Michigan has some of their best coming up. No doubt the Manzanona brothers are going to be a privilege to watch here to close it out. So Wisconsin, they're going to need every single point they can get, because the Blue Surge, you got to think, Sean, there's a chance that they can come flying in.
No doubt about that, Vince. Meckler just looking to create some of his own points for this match. Now he's looking for a little bit of a duck. Catcherbone almost in on a reshot. Meckler remains in good position.
Wisconsin 11-4 overall, 3-4 in the Big Ten. Michigan 8-5 in duels, 4-3 in the Big Ten.
Now Catcherbone, he's got that head and he's got that leg. Now he's going to give up the head. Could have potentially had a cradle there, but looking content with the shot. As Meckler will scooch out of bounds, hopefully. The ref will call it out of bounds. Catcherbone must have edged his ankle out there. There's that takedown one more time. Just doing a good job buckling that knee, coming around behind. Don't need to do a quad pod in that situation.
Luke Meckler, high school teammates with Nicola Rivera from Stoughton, Wisconsin. Like we said, 20 miles from here. And Stoughton, just such a rich history for the Wisconsin Badgers wrestling program from 1971 to 1993. Every Wisconsin head coach was from Stoughton.
Wow, did not know that stat. That's wrestling country right there. Catcherbone will choose bottom here in the second period. Meckler to a quick start.
So Meckler able to erase Catcherbone's ride time, but still not much of a factor.
Meckler coming off to the side now. Meckler creating an angle here. Catcherbone doing a good job, staying square in the base. Now Meckler with the roll through tilt. No back is awarded, however. Catcherbone sensed the danger. Meckler doing a good job accumulating some riding time, up to almost 45 seconds now.
You're right, Sean. Obviously, he needs a takedown here, but getting that much ride time, that's definitely not nothing.
Yeah, Meckler doing a crazy good job covering Catcherbone's hips up, not letting him do quite of anything.
And Sean, if Meckler could get ride time, he could hypothetically start down if he completes this ride out.
He could. If you factor in that stall call that just went against Catcherbone, this match could be over without ever having to take Catcherbone down for Meckler.
You're right. The escape and the ride time combined would make it tied up at 3. But of course, in the meantime, Catcherbone still has some time to work. He was called for a stall. You can tell that he is exhausted right here.
Meckler being an absolute hammer on top. Whenever Catcherbone builds up to his base, Meckler is right there to bring him back down. And the home crowd is sympathetic with Meckler right now.
Luke Meckler, the redshirt senior, completes the ride out.
And you can tell the crowd wanted another stall call. Catcherbone not doing a whole lot of work on bottom, looking to escape, but that could be the game plan headed into the third period.
And of course, no surprise, Meckler starting down. And this is big, because if Catcherbone can stay on top, cut into that ride time, suddenly he'd be in great positioning.
Meckler fighting hands here, up to a quad pod. Short knee slide for Meckler, and he'll get the escape.
Meckler cuts it to 1, ride time in his favor. The This is where that three-point takedown math really starts to come into play, because Catcherbone, on the flip side, unless he gives up a stall like we saw Braxton Amos do, Meckler needs a takedown to take the lead, but he might have something here.
Meckler's got that single leg. He's looking to bundle up on those ankles, potentially come out that back door. Catcherbone, he's got his ankles tied up there. Meckler just wants to play it safe. Catcherbone looking to score. He's got that crotch lock.
Under 1 minute in period 3.
Meckler will now turn into him. Catcherbone in a dangerous spot here.
Ooh.
And the ref will call a stalemate.
Crowd doesn't like it, but Sean, you think that was the right call?
I would have waited a little longer, Vince. That was a potential scoring position for Meckler. Meckler was taking his time. There was still movement, but he was there for a while.
Luke Meckler has secured ride time. He was taken down in the first, but got an escape and a ride out the entirety of the second period. Then an escape point to start the third. And ride time secured.
Right now, a takedown could win it. Meckler could force a stall called as well against Catcherbone. And that could win it as well, but as the clock is looking to expire in the third period, both wrestlers content heading into overtime.
Sudden victory again. We saw Tay Gadawi beat Braxton Amos in sudden victory, as Amos was called for stalling. Catcherbone does have a stall to his name. Oh, quickly in.
Catcherbone quick to that single leg. Meckler, he's got his own shin and a whizzer. Meckler now looking to jump past. Meckler in the splits. Catcherbone looking to turn that corner, reach across for that second leg. Meckler doing a good job of creating as much space as possible. Like I said, in that splits position. And the ref will call time. Back to the center.
Yep, Meckler touched off the end of the mat. And that will send him back to center.
And the crowd is fired up in the field house.
Meckler, one of 5 seniors honored pregame.
Catcherbone looking for a shot. Meckler almost to a reshot of his own. Meckler now looking for a low ankle.
Catcherbone has been ultra aggressive here in sudden victory.
Meckler now working him out of bounds. Catcherbone trying to circle in. 50 seconds left in sudden victory. Meckler looking for a shot. Catcherbone looking for a reshot. Meckler to a duck under to his own shot. Meckler in that familiar position, same as the third period just a couple minutes ago.
Almost there.
Catcherbone will pass by that ankle. Meckler looking to cover the hips and just scooch his ankle out.
Trying to slip that left leg. That's all that's separating him from a win. The Catcherbone, to his credit, doing a nice job just hanging on. 10 seconds left for Meckler.
So far, nothing. Short time.
Wow.
And that'll end the first sudden victory.
Cameron Catcherbone. To say he was playing with fire is an understatement. But he did his job.
Catcherbone looking exhausted heading into these tiebreakers. Once again, both wrestlers get a chance to start on bottom and start on top.
And if we stay tied after 2, ride time will be the difference.
Meckler quick to cover Catcherbone. And the crowd is excited for the hometown kid. Meckler in a good spot to ride out for this whole tiebreaker.
The crowd wants a stall. Catcherbone does have one, but Meckler will be content to rack up the ride time.
All 30 seconds of that first tiebreaker will go to Meckler. Meckler talking to his coaches, and he's going to go on his feet.
Catcherbone needs a takedown.
Catcherbone on the attack now. Meckler notably does not have a stall called against him.
If we stay tied, Meckler will win it. Catcherbone, 15 seconds to work.
Meckler circling inbounds.
Luke Meckler was taken down in the first period, but he scrapped his way to sudden victory, and now in tiebreak, he has done it.
The crowd is fired up in the field house. The hometown kid, Luke Meckler, pulls off the top 15 ranked upset on senior night. Is there anything more poetic?
Transformed his body almost as much as Optimus Prime, but he has really made his presence felt at the college level.
He's got his work cut out for him this afternoon against number 24 ranked Cody Gable, but to Gates' credit, he's already in on a shot. Gable doing a good job doing those splits, creating as much space from his legs that Gates cannot reach for that second leg.
Gates from Davison, Michigan. You know the Wolverines love getting the best in state, as does everybody. And now Gates cuts down Gable.
So far, no takedown. Gates now in a very tight body lock. Gable wanting to inch away. Could potentially see a throw from this position from either wrestler. One step in could be all it takes. And the refs will call stalemate. And after all of that action, still 0-0, 2 minutes left in the first. And that will do some blood time for Justin Gates.
So Sean, Wisconsin has taken 5 of 7, but if Michigan can win the last 3, they would take the meet. But it all starts here with Justin Gates. Just a lot of pressure on this young man.
Yeah, Cody Gable, if he can potentially win by bonus points, that's going to put Wisconsin in a much safer spot headed into number 11 ranked Bo Mantanona and number 7 ranked Brock Mantanona at 174 and 184 respectively. As you mentioned earlier, that blue surge very much work in Michigan's favor, but will it be enough to win the duel?
It all starts here with Cody Gable and Justin Gates. Minute into the first period. Nothing so far.
Gates looking to rebound after a tough tech fall loss to number 3 ranked Michael Caliendo out of Iowa. Potentially close out this weekend with a W.
And it was a quick tech fall as well, Sean. They were down 18-5 after 1 period. But just wrestling, a sport that's built on redemption. We saw that with Luke Meckler just a few minutes ago. Went from getting pinned to getting a senior day win upset.
In the best possible fashion, might I add. Cody Gable now looking for a front headlock. Now looking for a drag, but Justin Gates quick to a leg. Gable will circle out of bounds.
And Gable, no doubt intentionally, getting back to center as quick as possible. Just another fun facet of this sport, the little quirks and mind games involved.
Gates looking for a shot out the gate there. Gable almost to a re-attack. Gable doing a good job of maintaining that center position. It's going to be hard for Gates to work his way back into the center. Gable applying a lot of pressure on the edge of the mat there. Gable now changing levels. And Gates will be the one that pushes Gable out of bounds. Fresh start here. 20 seconds left in the first period.
And Sean, we know that technically this would go down as an upset if Gates were to pull it off. That said, he does have a better record than Gable, 11-8 to Gable's 9-9. So Wisconsin might think that this is one where you'd expect Gable to come up big, but this is a lot closer than just ranked versus unranked.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in this sport, anybody can win on any given day. You know, you saw a lot of it recently, especially when the Badgers took on Indiana. But anything is possible, really. And a quick escape there by Cody Gable. As Gable rushes back towards the circle.
And Gates gets just 7 seconds of ride time. Of course, that was the big factor in Meckler's win last round.
Gable now looking for an elbow pass, potentially. Looking for a snatch single now. Now Gable looking for that duck, and that's going to earn a stall call against Justin Gates. A lot of stall calls going against the Wolverines here in these midweight matches.
They've done very well at avoiding the second one, but it always looms large. Cody Gable gets the takedown.
Yeah, Gable doing a nice job of just shucking Gates by, slipping that inside leg in and covering those armpits. That's going to get him a takedown right there. Now Gable working with the leg in. Looking to pry out Justin Gates' far arm, but Gates will limp arm through. Gates looking to turn into that leg ride from Cody Gable.
Gable attempting to complete the ride out. 30 seconds left in period 2. Gable ride time up over 30 seconds.
Gable will remain with the leg in after that precarious position there. Now Gable looking for some back points potentially. Gable now has that figure 4 locked up, but time ticks away in the second period. That's going to do it.
Cody Gable heads to period 3 with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and there's
ride
that shuck
time at
by.
exactly a minute as well. Sorry, Sean.
There's that shuck by once again. He's just going to use Gates' weight against him, just slip that inside leg and interlock it between Gates. And as long as he covers the shoulders as well, that's going to be a takedown. As mentioned, very strong mat return from Cody Gable. He transitioned that into successful ride out so far. Gable being aggressive on the edge of the mat there.
And again, Gable just lickety split back to center.
You can tell it's in his mindset right now. Gable with the quick top cover. Now back looking for a chin drop. Couldn't quite get it. Gates to his feet now. Another mat return from Cody Gable.
Gates enrolled in the School of Engineering at Michigan, trying to problem solve his way out of a tough spot. Gable close to ride time. So that would mean that if Gates were to escape and get a takedown, Gable would still hold on to the lead. And there you have it, ride time secured.
Yeah, Gable, a lot of room to work here. Could potentially work for a tech fall. He would need a takedown and more.
And that escape came just a few seconds late, Sean. Gates had a chance to prevent ride time from being secured. We'll get a point for the escape.
It will be 4-1. Like you said, Cody Gable, it's a lot of time to chew up here. Justin Gates can get the takedown, but Gable has that riding time point locked up. And now Gable, he's got that front head nice and cinched up tight. Gable can create some offense from it. He'd be in a good spot to close out this match. Gable looking to block that far knee. Gates looking for a last-ditch sit. Gable Hasn't secured the takedown yet. Secures it right now.
Cody Gable, like the Terminator, stoic in mind, relentless at heart. 9-1. He gets the job done for the Badgers.
And there's that closing points right there. Just a very solid cap of a match in that third period for a very solid performance for Wisconsin.
And so Wisconsin will increase their lead. As you said, that is a big one because if Michigan could have taken it, they would have had two of their best. And the Mantanona brothers. But instead, now these two are going to have to go for bonus points.
Yeah, the only situation where the Mantanona brothers can pull off these two back-to-back wins is if both get pins. Currently, Wisconsin is up 19-8. When you account for two 6-point falls for the team, it's going to bring them to 20-19.
And there he is, the Lizard King, Luke Condon, 9-10 on the season from Poway, California. And he has the uphill task of taking on Bo Mantanona, the redshirt sophomore, 15-5. From Bermuda Dunes, California. Two California natives going at it. Mantanona, the #1 ranked 152 recruit out of high school, lost in blood round last year at the Nationals.
Mantanona coming off of a stellar weekend, beat #3 ranked Patrick Kennedy in sudden victory at Carver Hawkeye.
And Sean, that was scoreless entering the third because Kennedy rode him out the entirety of the second, but Mantanona got the takedown with 10 seconds left, made it 3-1. Got called for a second stall, and then Kennedy had ride time, so somehow we had sudden victory. That said, Mantanona got the takedown and basked in the booze at Carver Hawkeye with the blood pouring out of him. That's undoubtedly a moment he'll remember forever. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, storybook finish for him. Looking to complete the weekend sweep here against Luke Condon.
And something we've talked a lot about Luke Condon is that on his page, it says, fun fact, I like lizards, and we had the chance to actually talk to him about it. He said that growing up in Poway, you get those small lizards running around. If you'd pick them up off the ground, that was what he was known for growing up. Has lizard t-shirts as well he's given out to his teammates. And I gotta tell you, I have a buddy named Daniel Fulop who picks up snakes when he sees them. And that's just a kind of breed that you don't want to wrestle against.
Absolutely. Those, I don't want to say weird kids, but
well, you did.
You know, no, I also like dinosaurs too, you know,
yeah.
But you can never tell with them, especially in their style of wrestling. You wouldn't think that correlates, but, you know, I can see it. You know, go out, pick up a lizard, go out, pick up a takedown. There's definitely some sort of correlation there.
Condon lost to Derek Gilsher last time out, 8-3 decision.
Condon now looking for a low underhook there. Mantanona really controlling that overhook. Condon looking for a little bit of a sweep there. Just enough to elevate that ankle. Couldn't quite get it though. Condon potentially looking for a body lock. He could go big here. There's going to be a stalemate. There's short time here left in this first period. Now it's Mantanona with an elbow pass potentially. He was going to let that go.
And scoring has been at a premium in every single round. Mantanona gets one right at the end. And he will take a 3-0 lead to the second.
Yeah, that's definitely one Luke Condon's going to want back, but now he's got to claw himself out of this 3-point deficit here. There it is, Mantanona quick to that single, quick to transition to a double, and quick to cover the hips. Routine takedown for Bo Mantanona. Condon quick to his feet now. He's going to fight that right hand of Bo Mantanona. Gonna get the quick escape. Bo Mantanona less than 10 seconds of riding time. Condon looking to create some action here. Looking for a drag. Mantanona in on the re-attack now. Transition to his own high crotch. He's poised to come out the back door now. Condon looking to scooch away. Not quick enough. Mantanona will get his second takedown of the match.
Well said, Sean. Mantanona, as you said, second takedown of the match. Leads by 5.
Mantanona get that near side ankle ride, as well as a tight waist. He's going to loosen up there. Just continue to work. Condon looking to create another opportunity, get out of bounds, and he'll do it. 47 seconds here left in the second period. Mantanona getting almost 40 seconds of riding time. That's going to be blood time for... And there's the takedown one more time. Just doing a good job attacking, finishing fast.
And Sean, the situation right now for Michigan, like you said, they need a pair of pins to win it. If they were to get a pin and a tech fall, Wisconsin would have the tiebreaker because they have taken more matches. Do you think that's in the mind of Mantanona right now, or do you think he's just focused on getting a win?
I think Mantanona is more focused on the win. Obviously, if that situation is going to present himself, his coach would be very upset if he didn't capitalize on it, but Mantanona more looking to prevent losing some seed, I would argue, headed into that national tournament, especially at a very contested 174-pound weight class.
Mantanona again, a third takedown. He made it look easy.
9-2, 20 seconds here left in the second. Another escape for Luke Condon. Mantanona looking to get one more before the period ends. Condon now looking ready to push the pace now.
Mantanona, quick fix to the headgear. And with 3 seconds left, he will take it to the third. The cleanup crew on hand. I'm glad that they get the chance to at least watch the meet from terrific seats.
Yeah, Matt's side, you probably have to pay a premium for those, Vince.
Oh yeah.
Condon will cover, head into this third period. Now Bo Mantanona poised for the escape, and he'll get it. It's going to be 10-3.
So any more points for Mantanona will lead to a major decision. The scoring were to stay. He's got a little under 90 seconds to make it happen.
If you're Bo Mantanona, you're looking for a lot of back points here. You know, you want to pin so your team stays alive, but you can't put yourself in those dangerous situations like upper body. It's going to be a stall call against Luke Condon. That's going to be another point for Bo Mantanona.
And Sean, that's big because that makes it 8.
And that will be the major decision, you know, preventing more points scored.
Of course, Condon still has time to work. Under 1 minute.
Mantanona continuing to stay on the attack here. There's going to be another stoppage for blood time.
Well, this is the last Big Ten duel of the season for the Badgers. That says not their final duel overall, because they will head to Cedar Falls and take on Northern Iowa. That's going to be really fun, Sean, because Northern Iowa, they gave the Badgers the business in this building last year.
Yeah, Northern Iowa, a juggernaut of a program, following some solid success with the likes of Parker Keckeisen, a Wisconsin native. But they've not been performed up to their own success as of recently.
I remember Keckeisen in this building last year. He just made it look easy. One of the speedier tech balls I've seen.
Yeah, if you're a Wisconsin native, that has to be a celebrity for you.
Michigan will take on Central Michigan on Sunday.
Antonona quickly to another shot. Kind of doing all he could, but Antonona just too quick.
Another takedown, his name, he leads by 11. Needs 2 more to get the tech fall, 30 seconds. Yeah, quick cut.
Condon playing the game a little bit, doing his best to prevent team points. And there's going to be another blood time. You can imagine this is exactly how if you're Chris Bono, this is exactly how you want the match to end. You know, obviously, Condon is a little bit outranked in terms of success, but, you know, to save those team points, especially those blood times, that's going to give Luke Condon a lot of time to just keep that air in his lungs, stay ready to go. He's only got 25 seconds left in the third period. It's going to keep him well rested and rejuvenated for this last flurry of attacks from Antonona.
Antonona on the verge of winning the match. Wisconsin on the verge of winning the meet. Antonona would need 2 takedowns. But Luke Condon limits the damage. Major decision win for Bo Mantonona.
And with that win for Michigan not being a pin, Wisconsin has won this dual meet on Senior Day at home.